Hello and welcome to the official Nexus Raiders podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Commander Chu, and here with me is Jinxie Cat.
Hey everyone! Alrighty, let's kick things off. Today's podcast is brought to you by our patrons at patreon.com. If you'd like to support Nexus Raiders, help us doing what we're doing, podcasts, tournaments, all that fun stuff, you can check out patreon.com/Nexus Raiders and become a patron today.
Yeah, so definitely do that. It really helps a lot supporting us supporting the show and all the other stuff that we do, hosting tournaments and whatnot. So today's podcast is actually going to be a little bit shorter than what we normally do. We're just having some time constraints, but there is some good stuff in this podcast we definitely need you to hear, so please stay tuned for the whole thing. Today we'll be going over our next coming tournament, patch notes, how to use our social media and game communication, which I don't know. I feel like we're still having some issues with that, but hopefully this will clear up everything for everyone. Then we'll go into our weekly quests and we'll close out the show with some highlights. So Jinx Cat, you want to talk about the tournament?
Sure, alrighty. So this will be our first official tournament of the season. I know we've had a couple before then that we've been telling you guys about. Those are pretty much just like little warm-ups to the actual thing. We're going to be implementing some of the feedback and suggestion we got from you guys from our previous tournaments. And hopefully this will be a more enjoyable experience for the observers and the participants.
Yeah, definitely. And this tournament is really exciting because if 8 teams register and participate in this tournament, the winning team will receive a prize. So each member of the winning team will receive a $20 gift card code to
Yes.
Battle.net. So you can use that on World of Warcraft, Heroes of the Storm, any other like Blizzard game you want. But that is only if 8 teams register. So make sure you get on that today. Jinx Cat and I will be hosting an exhibition match before the finals, which I'm personally excited about.
So excited! Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I know, right? Where a representative from each team will join Jinxie Cat and I in a casual draft game. So this is going to be where I'm one of the captains and Jinx Cat will be one of the other captains. It'll be kind of like a brawl/showdown between the hosts. So I think that'll be really fun. Jinx Cat, do you want to talk about team registration?
I sure do. All right. Nexus Raiders may register a minimum of 5 and a maximum of 7 members per team. And just a little heads up, if you have 7 team members registered and they all participate in the game, everybody gets a code. So even if they just play one game, substitutes must participate in at least one game during the tournament. The deadline for registration and roster updates is February 29th at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We recommend teams exchange contact information in case someone is missing during the tournament. So, you're not sitting there going, oh no, where's so-and-so? Oh no, where's so-and-so? We have 5. Let's pull this random guy out of the group. You can't do that this time. Sorry, guys. All right, to register your team, just go to nexusraiders.com or nexus-raiders.com /register.
Yeah, and the form is really simple. Just have your team captain just fill out all the information. It's nothing like too crazy. It's just name, battle tags, team captain's email. This is all just so we can make sure we can get in contact with you. And yeah, it's just a simple way to organize it. So do that soon. In order to qualify for the tournament, all participants must own at least 12 heroes. Be listed in our Facebook group's battle tag document. Each participant must like our Facebook page and we will be checking that. Also, every member must join our channel chat by typing /join /Nexus /Raiders in the Heroes of the Storm game chat box. Oh my gosh. Well, we'll display that text in the description or something so to make it easier. But /join Nexus Raiders, basically. Once your team is registered, all members must go to our website's homepage and fill out the tournament availability and preferences survey. We'll be scheduling matches according to each team's preferences in order to ensure that the games occur at a convenient time for as many participants as possible.
Alrighty. Preliminary matches will most likely take place mid to through late March, and the semifinals and finals will take place in early April, depending on everybody's indicated availability. And if you do have any questions, you can send them to us via the contact form on our website. We'll get back to you as soon as we can, every single time. Promise.
Oh yeah, and if you're on Curse Call with us, like during a game or something, you can feel free to ask us questions about it then as well. But if you could ask questions on our website through our contact form, we can actually talk about that during our show. So, if you have a question, chances are at least one other person has a question about the same thing. And just really quick, I wanted to go back to the tournament preferences and availability survey. That is really important. This is mainly directed towards our East Coast members. We know like some of you were playing at really late hours during our tournaments, and we want to prevent that. So we're trying to schedule matches. So please fill out that survey so we can do that for you.
Nobody wants to lose a tournament at 3 a.m. on a Monday morning when you have to work at 5. Like,
oh my gosh, yeah.
That's what we're trying to prevent. Not that you'd lose, but, just add insult to injury. It's 3 a.m. and you're losing. Maybe that's why.
Yep. All right, so this week's patch notes are quite short, actually. I mean, in contrast to the ones we've had so far. Jinxacat, do you want to start off with the assassins?
I sure do. Alrighty, the assassin patch this week is Li Ming. The first thing is her Astral Presence talent got a nerf. So I don't know if you're aware, Astral Presence was a talent that allowed you to gain or regenerate mana faster at 50% or under. It has now been reduced to 25%. Also, her Diamond Skin talent, which was a talent that granted you a shield every time you teleported, was decreased from a 25% maximum health to 20% health shield. And then Tal Rasha's Element, which is a talent that I don't remember what it does. Oh, wait. Sorry, that was a level 20 talent. And if you used your abilities interchangeably, you got an ability buff. It was nerfed from 20% to 10%. Magic Missiles got a damage nerf from 147 plus 3.5% per level to just 3% per level. So not a huge nerf, just enough to let some of us who don't play Li Ming survive. Her Arcane Orb, S of Joan, which is a talent that pulled every time you got hit with it, was removed, which I'm very happy about. Yeah. That was awful.
Thank goodness.
Sucks. Thank gosh. And Triumvirate or Triumvirate. Hopefully I'm saying that right. The distance traveled requirement was reduced from 80% to 60% maximum distance. So, a little bit of a nerf or a buff right there at the end. The comments were, Li Ming is a little too strong right now. Her ability to deal damage is awesome. If it was happening too often, too easily, we've nursed Astral Presence and Diamond Skin to preserve a couple of her core weaknesses, which is the fact that she has no mana and no health. They've also removed S of Joan because they found that it was landing magic missiles too easily and that a lot of players really enjoyed it. They think it'll be better for Li Ming in the long run. So I know how much all of you love to combo those two abilities. You can't do it anymore.
Yep.
I mean, that stinks, but now it's a chance to grow. Look at it that way. You're a better Li Ming for it.
Yeah, definitely. I thought it was really interesting. I mean, the thing with Li Ming is that she definitely has a high skill cap, right? Those skill shots, you have to know when to use them, how to use them well. But the thing is, I felt that she was so overpowered that like even beginning players could use her well, or still get a lot of damage. Especially with that as of Johan. But I think these are some good changes. One thing I want to touch on is the magic missiles, the damage reduction. So the base damage is the same, but the scaling is reduced from 3.5 to 3. Now for most hero like basic abilities, they scale by 4%. So that means that Li Ming is already really strong early game, but as the game progresses, her magic missiles are going to be doing less and less damage relative to everyone else's. So I think that's a good balance. I mean, she's still like getting a ton of damage from Disintegrate, which what Li Ming picks any heroic other than Disintegrate, right?
Right. Wave of Force, what's that?
Yeah. So I guess you don't need to be as afraid of magic missiles, but I mean, as always, you need to be wary of Li Ming's positioning. I like the reduction on her shielding because I just thought it was ridiculous. I mean, 25% of her health, even though it's not a lot of health, it still makes a huge difference, especially if she keeps refreshing that shield when people die.
Oh yeah, no, it's insane.
Yeah.
And I mean, one of the hard things was if you picked up the talent that the teleport did damage, you jump in there, you get a shield, you run away, you do your damage. Like it's bad news bears for everyone except Li Ming.
Exactly. All right, so how about I'll go over some of the supports. So we only saw one change in these supports this week, just for Rhaegar. So Rhaegar's finally got nerfed a little bit more. His Lightning Shield's Rising Storm talent, the damage bonus was reduced from 20% to 10% per stack, but the maximum stacks have increased from 10 to 20. So even though total output of damage is still the same, right? Like everything multiplies the same way. It's a slight nerf just because originally the 20% stack just stacked so fast and did damage a lot more quickly, versus now it takes a lot longer to reach that maximum damage output. So it will definitely require a lot more positioning, a lot more strategic play. Yeah, it just won't be as overpowered. It's still a great talent. You'll still get a ton of damage on it. Like, my favorite use of it is when Rhaegar is paired with the ETC mosh pits like a bunch of people. You put that lightning shield on them and it just does so much damage. But yeah, so some of the developer comments was Rhaegar was still doing too much damage with the lightning shield. They like the high potential for damage output with the talent, but they found that Rhaegar players were reaching high damage values too fast and reaching maximum stacks early. And it just became a rule rather than the exception. So I like this change. It's very true. Rhaegar definitely feels a little bit overpowered with the damage output he can put out.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, this is the third week in a row we've seen Rhaegar in the balances.
Mm-hmm. Is it the third week? I mean, okay, he got nerfs last week. Now
then he got nerfed again this week, and then 2 weeks before that he got the super buff. He got the rework.
Oh, the rework? Oh, okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, Rhaegar's just been everywhere.
Hashtag leave Rhaegar alone.
All right, Jinx Cat, do you want to go over the warriors?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Oh, right. The only warriors we got were Stitches and Anubarak. Mm-hmm. Anubarak actually got a buff, which I think I speak for all of us when I say nobody saw this coming. You know, Anubarak's kind of the hero we forget about. Mm-hmm. Hardened Carapace is W. It grants you a shield. The shield amount was increased from 242 plus 4% per level to 260 plus 4% per level. And the developer comments were, Anubarak's survivability is a little low right now, though not by much. We think that increasing it by buffing his low cooldown shield helps him feel unique and will give him a slight nudge towards becoming another enticing warrior option for all levels of play. Mm-hmm. I personally agree with this because while I love Anubarak, I feel like he's not really considered a tank. Like if you put him as a sole tank on a team, everyone's kind of like, because his health isn't that great, especially when you compare him to other warriors like ETC or Joanna.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so hopefully this shield will help him out.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. It's such a shame because he has so much great CC, you know, the spikes and the burrow. I do feel that the shielding will allow him to solo tank a lot safer in a way, and maybe not have to leave the fight with the burrow. But we'll see what how the changes bring. I mean, it's only a slight change, just the base shielding amount. Yeah, let's take a look at Stitches. So his Devour got a slight change just for the last bite talent. So the cooldown reduction on kill was decreased from 15 to 20 seconds. So that means that he won't be using it as often, if that makes sense. So cooldown reduction on kill was decreased. So before when you used it and got a kill, it would reduce it by 15 seconds, but now there's a 3-second extra duration that you have to wait. Oh gosh, that's such a confusing way to word things. I
was so confused when I first read this because I was like, 15 to 12, that seems like a buff, but no, you're actually waiting 3 seconds.
Yeah, the other way around.
You're not gaining them.
Come on, Blizzard, whoever wrote that. All right, well, the developer said that they noticed a few situations where Stitches after selecting Last Bite would feel nigh unkillable.
Who writes these things?
Oh my gosh. Who writes these? When fighting near minion waves or around battleground events that featured lots of small monsters like Infernal Shrines, we think this smaller nerf will embrace those situations without allowing them to get out of control. I actually thought this was a really smart way to play Stitches, fight where there's a lot of minions and regenerate a lot of health. So I just assumed that was part of his kit, because how many of us have been trying to focus down his Stitches? He puts down that Last Bite and then all of a sudden he has a ton of health.
Oh, I hate that. That's the worst. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm
Yeah.
one of those people sometimes who are really bad about like we're in a team fight and I'm like attacking the Stitches and everyone's like, get the ball, and I'm like, what? It's just me throwing arrows. I don't know why. I'm probably playing an archer. I always play an archer.
Oh gosh. But yeah, anyways, that those are all the balance changes, I guess. I'm kind of sad that Gazlo didn't get a change because man, I just don't like playing with Gazlos. I feel like if Gazlo got a change, I would like playing with Gazlos.
Well, you know he's getting a rework, right, in the next couple of weeks.
Who?
Gazlo's getting a
Gazlo?
rework.
Really? Okay. I mean, I feel like I heard about that. Not entirely sure, but he needs one soon. I
Oh
kind
yeah.
of wish Tychus got a buff or maybe some sort of weird. I don't even know. Um, I
Blizzard, here's what we need from you. We need a Kerrigan buff and an Illidan nerf. Like you've been like nerfing everyone into the ground and just leaving Illidan alone. So like when we fight against him, we're like, this guy. Because the thing, I mean, about Illidan is like in the beginning, he goes to ham. You're like, oh, we're killing the Illidan. This is so good. Yeah, get the Illidan. And then level 20, you're like, yeah, get the Illidan. Oh crap. Oh no. Why?
yeah, especially like a really good Illidan. I mean, Illidan's just a difficult hero to play, but
Oh
he's
yeah.
he's. I feel like he progressively gets stronger as other heroes get nerfed, so it's it's
Well, the
definitely
hardest thing
interesting.
about Illidan, I feel, is you can't run away from Illidan. You just have to
Yeah.
sit there and fight him. And you either go down fighting or you kill him.
It's like the same thing with like Greymane. Like if there's a Greymane on you, might as well
Yeah,
just fight
there's no
him.
point running.
Yeah. All right.
Die on your sword.
All right, let's go over some of our social media and game communications. I just wanted to cover this because, like, for some of our newer members, we've been having some issues. So for our in-game channel chat, in the chat box, you type /join Nexus Raiders. We talked about this earlier in the podcast. But yeah, so once you do that, when you click in the chat box, you can see the Nexus Raiders tab to see who is online. Okay. All right, I know I wrote this. Okay, so in the
Are you a
game.
Blizzard developer?
Oh no. Oh my gosh. Okay, so in the game, like if you type or if you click in the chat box on the right, you see like a bunch of tabs, which is like all the communication channels you're in. So
Your
usually it'll say like,
whispers, all
yeah,
that
your
good
whispers,
stuff.
your parties and stuff. You'll also see a tab for Nexus Raiders, and then you'll see like whoever's online. You can like right click and like request to join party or whatever. I recommend partying with other Nexus Raiders. We're all really good. Well, for the most part, I kind of derp sometimes. um,
Same.
but yeah, so that's just a really great way to get interactive with the community. To see the channel chat during your games, this is really important. Well, it's not really important, but I really like this feature. So to see the channel chat during your games, go to the settings scroll wheel at the bottom right of your screen. Click on the social tab, go under channel chats and check the box for show non-Blizzard channels in game and then accept the changes. So what that allows is you can see what's happening in the channel chat, like even if you're in the middle of a game, and you
Oh,
can,
I never knew that. That's interesting.
yeah, and if you are in a game, the people in the channel chat can see you in there, because you know how if you don't have that and you enter a game, it just doesn't show that you're present, right?
Yeah, yeah, no. If you're in a game, you won't be in the channel chat.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm guessing if you do this, now it'll say, oh, Jinxie Cat's in the Nexus Raider thing, but she's also
Mm-hmm.
in a game.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I'm not fighting you if I don't reply. I'm killing someone, probs, or getting killed,
Yeah.
complaining about lag. One of those three things.
Complaining about lag every time. But yeah, so that'll allow people to see if you're online. Because I mean, I don't check my friends list anymore. I only play with Nexus Raiders.
Same. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like it's either Nexus Raiders or nah. Nexus Raiders or nah. But yeah, so another thing is our curse voice. Jinx Cat, do you want to cover that?
Yeah, sure. If you go to the group tab and select Nexus Raiders group and call the group, um, you'll join the group. You'll see everyone who's online. The group no longer calls everyone. We had a bot put in there, so if you're in a game and someone else wants to join and you're in a chat, you won't get harassed by that.
Yeah, I know.
And if you're not yet in the group, post in the channel chat, or the Facebook group, so one of us admins can add you, and then you can just call us and fun times. You can come hang out in the next Raider chat. There's like 50 of us, so we can always use 51.
Oh, actually, I think there's 52 of us now.
Are there really 52? Wow, look at us.
We need 48 more and we'll be even 100.
Please, my OCD is killing me.
Mm-hmm. All right. I just want to say a quick thank you to Ryan for putting in that bot into the Chris chat, just so we don't keep getting all those notifications. I know some people were disgruntled by the call spamming.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Lastly, let's talk about our Facebook group. If you're not yet in our Facebook group, which I have no idea how you're viewing this if you're not, but go to facebook.com/groups/n.raiders and then request to join the group, and one of us admins will add you into the group once you request. It's that easy.
Please don't be a bot. We don't want to know how to get a new car. We're all poor. You're not going to help yourself by adding.
Lol.
We all have girlfriends and boyfriends. We don't need to hear about your dating website.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's talk about our weekly quests. Really easy this week. Just check the battle tag file in our group just to make sure your battle tag is listed. If you don't know how to get there, just go to our Facebook group, go to the files tab, and you'll see the battle tags document. So you just click on that, check the list. If you're not in there, you can edit the document or just like comment below the post and someone else will add you in. You can also, for another quest, register a team for the tournament. Really important because the prize is only if there are 8 teams registered.
You want that Blizzard money. I know you want that medic skin. You've been looking at it. You see it. You want it. Don't lie. It's pretty great. I saw it. Mm-hmm. The healing beam is a heart. Mm-hmm. It's really cute.
It's great. So is the grenade. The grenade is like throwing out a heart.
And that's then it really explodes. Cute too. And the things when she readies up, they're little wings. It's really cute.
Oh my god.
You want that skin. It's adorable. I want this prize so I can get that skin.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can't get that prize because we're hosting.
Well, yeah, obviously.
But yeah, it's a great price, $20. That's like 2-3 skins or whatever heroes that you want to buy and unlock. But yeah, the last quest is to fill out the tournament preferences survey. Please do that, especially you East Coasters, just so like we know when you can play and like which dates and stuff. We want this tournament to be an enjoyable experience for everyone, you know. We really don't want people playing until like 3 a.m. Yeah. And as always, just tweet us at Nexus Raiders whenever you complete a quest so we can congratulate you and give you a shout out when you complete them all. We will have some sort of prize for this down the road. But
I'll find something.
Yeah, do it. Maybe just like more gift codes or something like that.
Something cool. Cool.
Yep.
Alrighty, thank you once again to all of our patrons at patreon.com for supporting this community, and a special shout out to Ryan, aka Flint, for being our top Patreon. And if you'd like to submit a question, discussion for our topic, or if you'd like to submit a question or a discussion topic for our next show, I can do the English. Head over to nexus-raiders.com/contact and send it over. Mm-hmm. If you want to submit a replay at the end of our show highlights, email them over to commanderchew1681@gmail.com with a timestamp and what you want highlighted.
Yep, that's me. So we're going to close out the show with some highlights. So if you want to be included in the highlights for our show, just send those replays over to me. Make sure you include the timestamp and what to highlight. And we'll do our best to include it in the show so everyone can see your awesomeness, or if something crazy happened. Or, you know, if you just had a insane epic death. You can do that too.
It doesn't have to be on your team. I had a Brightwing steal a boss. That wasn't me, so he deserves to be in the highlight.
A Brightwing stealing a.
He Emerald Winded, and then
okay.
We were fighting, and then he Emerald Winded and like stole the boss and like teleported away, and we were all kind of sitting there like.
That happened.
Well.
All right, well, thank you all for watching our podcast. I know this week was really short, but we'll try to include some more content in our future shows. And enjoy watching the highlights. We'll see you later.
Bye, guys. Thanks for watching.
Okay, hitting the false side, false side. Go, go, go.
Oh my god!
And another one! Lol.
Kill Olaf! Kill the Viking!
Oh
let's finish
man.
this.
Okay, yeah.
Was this fun? I have them chase
There we go,
me.
there we go.
Oh my god! Ah.
Kill Olaf! Kill the Viking! Okay, let's finish this.
Oh, too bad I can't power blast the buildings.
I think you can take damage from it, just you can't target it.
Yeah. That was hilarious.